Here's Jojo. He is about the size of a sand dollar, and here's Sally. She is about the size of a quarter. They're my two little hatchling red-eared slider turtles, and this is Oski, my 7-year-old. Say hi, Osk. They're all begging for food because they see that I have the pellets here to show you guys in YouTube world what they should eat. This is what they should eat because they are so small they will choke on anything larger. So this is what you should be feeding them when they're his size. Sally's still a little bit too small to eat them. So when your hatchling is really small, like Sally is the size of a quarter, you'll probably most likely feed them this. And then always make sure that they have like some kale or some romaine to kind of graze with, as well as it adds vitamins to the water. And of course, moss balls are great for controlling the smell because these guys can be pretty messy. And no gravel, guys. No gravel, because they can eat their gravel and choke on it, or even worse, they can get like backed up and constipated. And if they get constipated, then what will happen is their toxic levels in their body will, of course, just like humans, kill them. So you want to make sure that the most important thing with these little guys is that they're eating and they're pooping. Because when they poop, they get rid of parasitic problems and they get cleaned out. Say hi, Sally. Say hi to everybody. She's a little skittish. Now, water drops. Very important that you do not overuse water drops, that you use them very sparingly. But for Sally and Joe right now, because they're so small, Oski can use the regular tap water here in Los Angeles, but for Jojo, the size of a sand dollar, he's about 5 months old, and Sally, that's only a couple months old, the size of a quarter, the LA water, like when Jojo was her size, kind of made him start swimming like sideways, and it looked like it was poisoning him. So now we boil water and we get him purified water. Make sure that it's not alkaline, that it's just regular purified distilled water. Say hi, Sal. Say hi, YouTube people. Say hi. She is just adorable. And once again, be very careful about the filters so that they don't get sucked up in the bottom of the filter. And also make sure that they can get out of the water. Very super important that they can get out of the water and bask, and that you always have a UVA light and UVB light going at all times. These are cold-blooded turtles. And these babies are so tiny that you have to be very careful about your heating system. What I have set up back there is a ZooMed. It's a little heating pad. And you want their temperature in their water to be between 78 degrees, I believe, and about 83. Pretty warm because they're cold-blooded. And if you think about it, our body temperature is 98 degrees. Considering it's 98 degrees, you know, we're not cold-blooded, so even a couple, degrees above or below that, and we're very ill. So can you only imagine when they're in very cold water and people are running fans and air conditioning units? That can literally kill them. These babies are very temperamental. Say hi, Joe. And he's begging for food right now. Now, it's very important that you do not overfeed your red-eared sliders. They will always beg for food, but that does not mean that they're hungry. So I would say that when they're really tiny, you feed them every day. You feed them about 3 to 4 times a day, but you want to make sure that they poop first. So you would feed about a pinch of, their little kibble thingies in the morning, half a pinch in the afternoon, half a pinch in the evening, and maybe a little treat of like something else to give them a well-balanced diet, like some shrimpies when they're JoJo size. And always make sure that even if they don't eat the lettuce, that they have fresh lettuce to graze on in case they're very hungry. Or just for added, vitamins. They need to have a well-balanced diet. They can die from malnutrition. Just like if you were to only eat one thing, and only one thing that was not very nutritious. Even if it was nutritious, it doesn't mean that it has calcium and all the vitamins that you need. So So very important that they have water drops, that they don't choke on the food that you give them, that their temperature is okay. Make sure to be careful about what kind of heater that you get them, because they can actually get fried by the heater. So when they have a regular heater, which in another video I'll include Oski's setup, I always make sure to unplug her heater when I'm gone, and of course make sure your air conditioning unit's not on when you're gone, because I've had Oski's heater almost cook her in her water before. Very, very terrible. It was so scary. So the heaters can malfunction, is my point. And these little babies, you know, they count on us to make sure that they stay alive. And they can be wonderful pets as long as they're taken care of properly. That when they're stressed out is when they smell. So if your turtle smells, it's because they're stressed out and you're doing something wrong. So, you know, they can't talk to us, so they tell us in other ways. Okay guys, and remember, don't use too many water drops. That could hurt them, just the same as not using any at all. And make sure that they can get out of their water and bask and dry out their shell so that they don't get shell rot. And also make sure to use a splash-proof halogen bulb. No one, like, this is what the splash-proof halogen bulb looks like. You need to make sure it's splash-proof, because the other ones, if the filter splashes the bulb, like the ones that I have for my tortoises that are not splash-proof, one little drop of water will make it explode into the tank, which can kill your turtle if you're not home. They can try to eat the glass, or the glass can cut them to shreds. So make sure that you have a halogen splash-proof bulb, okay? Not a regular bulb. And also pay attention to the wattage, because of course these babies are very, very tiny. It's actually illegal to be selling them this small, but a lot of people don't pay attention to the United States animal and wildlife laws, which is very unfortunate, because a lot of these babies die at the hands of humans that buy them and don't know how to take care of them. Once again, these are not pets for little kids. These are pets for adults. These are very fragile little babies. They carry salmonella if you do not wash your hands after you hold them, after you handle their things. They are not a toy for your children. Do not get these little babies for kids. And you can always locate a no-kill turtle sanctuary in just about any state in the United States that you can call. And they will most likely come straight to your house and pick them up and give them a beautiful life if you are in over your head and you bought them for your 3-year-old kid that's just going to mutilate them. I hate it when people do that. It breaks my heart. Not cool, guys. So remember, once again, these are adult type pets to have, not for children, not to have in their bedrooms where the little kids are acceptable to salmonella, and where likewise these little turtles can get pneumonia and respiratory infections and colds from humans, and even pneumonia from humans, and die. And little kids, you know, they go to school, they're around a lot of people in public, and they catch colds all the time, and it's not hard for your little baby hatchling turtle to catch it and die. So, anyways, remember, don't drop them off at a pound, do not abandon them, do not throw them in your nearest pond or river. That's not cool. There could be predators in that pond. Call your local non-kill turtle sanctuary, okay? They will be more than happy to assist you in relocating them to a nearby sanctuary. You won't have to lift a finger. They will come and pick them up for you, okay? And give them an amazing life that you didn't realize that you weren't able to do at the time, okay? All right, say goodbye, YouTube viewers. Thank you for watching. Be responsible for our little lives. Say bye-bye, Sally. Say bye, baby girl. I know.